All right, folks, welcome back. Alternate Investor here, bringing you the latest in Riftbound Vendetta. As normal, we have acquired 2 booster cases to which we can assess the estimated value of our box openings, average box opening, to figure out if this set is worth investing in the long run. I am happy to say that I did actually this time around attend 2 pre-rift events. Did very well in both of them. It was quite exciting. Went 4-1 in the first, 5-0 in the second. I did play Nasus in the first one, and I'm not going to lie, it was not easy. The second one was Zed, and it felt too easy. I will say Zed is quite powerful in your pre-rift events if you're opening them, as is Mbessa. If you can snag those, play them, or however you can get them, they are great. We've got a Consuming Curse in foil. Speaking of Mbessa, the Wolf, there she is. And a Hextech Formula. But yeah, the Zed played extremely well. Got a lot of gas for him in pretty much all my pack openings, so it was hard to do anything wrong with that one. I did play against a guy that had double Mbessa, double Jace. The empowering was absolutely insane in that matchup. Renekton Rage Fueled, a Decree of Unity, and an Endless Riches for our first epic. So let's hope we do in fact get Endless Riches in this opening. But yeah, the double Mbessa, double Jace with all the empowering that was going on and re-empowering as a result, ganking, moving around. Oh man, that one was a tough matchup. Luckily I did have Zed with that one. We've got a Disciple of Shen, Decree of Discord, and a Helm of Suppression epic. Did not manage to open up anything too crazy, unfortunately, in either pre-rift event. The guy across from me did open the special Ari, which I would have liked to have had instead. Bakai Sandspinner, Jace, Defender of Tomorrow, first legend, and Jace the Brilliant Inventor. Okay, back to back. Oh, that is epic, actually. Wow, we seem to be opening up quite a bit of epics already. So yeah, I am already off the rip loving this set. It has been a lot of fun already. I was really hoping to be able to play Kennen in the pre-rift because that's the champion I think I will be moving forward with in Constructed. We've got a foil Fretful Feline, foil Ribbon. This is our pre-release promo, of course, if you played in any of the pre-rift events. And a Fallen Feline. But yeah, Kennen, looking for our overnumbered Kennen with these box openings. If we can snag one, that would be fantastic. Got a Hungry Wolf, Jace, Hammer in Hand. So this is the one again, empowering with the ganking on this guy. It was way too much. There he is himself, Heart of the Tempest, Kennen. Yeah, that Jason Bessa combo with the empowering, being able to ready him and get another ability. Oh, that was brutal. Ravenbloom Prefect, Plaza Guardian, and a Morgana Vindictive. So yeah, in this set, what we were looking for, as always, of course, is overnumbered, signature overnumbered. Those are always going for the most value of any of your cards out there. They are the rarest, of course. An Affectionate Poro, Mel, Defiant Soul, and Auroch General. With this set, though, we are looking for the special printings. So your SP1 through SP5 could be Ari, Jace, Lux, 2 others I can't remember off the top of my head. Mask Mother, Akali, Silent, and our first showcase is Zed Without a Sound. That is a sharp looking card. So yeah, that is what we are chasing. In the last set it was our Baron Nashor Ultimate Rare. We don't have anything like that in this set, unfortunately. But we are going for the special printing cards, if at all possible. Foil Mesmerize, Gangplank, and another epic, Corrupted Dragon. We seem to be snagging a lot of epics in this box. Hope that doesn't replace any of our showcase counts. Yeah, so guys, as always, we will be doing a calculation on estimated value. Solari Sunhawk, Swain Visionary, and Ambessa. So this is the one that I had the tough time with in the pre-rift event. But yes, we will be calculating the estimated value of the set in our box openings, calculating how much money or value on average you seem to be opening per box. And of course, as always, we'll highlight anything that we see unusual or problematic with our box openings. I want to bring those to everyone's attention. We've got a Rage Amplifier, Shen, Eye of Twilight, and yet another epic, Karox. Okay. This is starting to make me think we may have fixed our randomization issue. Don't know. Between two box openings, we will figure that out, though. Keeper of Law, foil, Decree of Strength, and Mel Soul's Reflection, the legend. Of course, in this set as well, we are looking at a new printing of Showcase Runes. So we're going to keep an eye out for those, see how often we're getting them. They look pretty sharp, if you ask me. Dune Surfer in foil, Decree of Insight, and a Glowstone. But yeah, those new Showcase Runes do look quite sharp. I like the new art styling. So I'd like to get several of those if at all possible. A Jagged Cutlass, Curator of the Sands Nasus. That was my first pre-rift event when I played. Oh, alright, so we've got our first very cool showcase printing. Now, this isn't over-numbered, non-signature. You can't get these ones in signature, but these are the ones that are stylized like they're dual cards. There's another card that should be the right printing of this to show what she is battling, or who she's battling, I should say. Very nice. So this is a great first box opening already. Riven's such a cool character also. Can't complain about that one. So I will say I have sent a lot of cards, mostly overnumbered legends, off to PSA for grading. Of course, we have seen the numbers just absolutely going through the roof on those. Mystic Vortex, Renekton, Fueled, and I don't know how to pronounce her name, I'm sorry, Leoi, Prophet of the Great Kraken. But yeah, we have just seen the PSA 10 printings going through the roof here lately. I'm not sure if we have seen some major buyouts or speculation that's going on, but they have been increasing at an exponential rate. Foil Sanction, Steel Paws, and another Gangplank. Baron Nashor has been sent off for grading, as has both of my pikes that I've opened so far. Our signature Rengar, our signature Teemo, and regular overnumbered Teemo as well. Hand Hammer, another Shen, Eye of Twilight, and another epic, Acceleration Gates. This is Jace's signature spell, readying 4 units gear or runes. Interesting. Struggle with that one, the idea of readying runes. So you've got to want to flash that back somehow. Or should I say flow. You're going to want to flow that somehow in order to make that worth it. Shadowblade Lurker, Temporal Breach, and a Decree of Rage. Okay. Still yet to see a showcase rune. but the number of epics we were getting is very interesting. I don't know if there is an abnormal number of epics in this set, so maybe that's why we're seeing more. Or, again, I'm hoping they just fixed the randomization issue. We've got an Apprentice Mage in foil, Mina Swiftfoot, and a Crumbling Sands. We can hope anyway, because that will certainly help with making sure that boxes are not being stacked in or against people's favors when they buy them individually. Patched Porobot, Wild Claw, and a Kale Justified. So I find this card pretty interesting. Kale being able to empower so many times, but at the same time, Empower, I worry about Empower being a mechanic that really slows down your board state. I just am not convinced on Empowered quite yet. Onslaught in foil, Decree of Insight again, and a Twilight Reveler. Down to the last 2 packs here in this first case. This first box. I have not had enough sleep. I apologize. Another Eloi, Prophet of the Great Kraken, Renekton, the Legend, and Lightning Rush. All right, so hoping to open 3 of these, of course, for Kenan. We need 3 of them to play in with his constructed deck. Basically, a better version of stacked deck. All right, last pack magic. Let's see here. I did only open 2 showcases, so that's kind of interesting. Sandswept Tomb, Shen, Surge of Shadows, and an Akali Legend, Rogue Assassin. Oh, so we did get a showcase rune, though. So this is the Order rune. I gotta say, these look sharp. I really like the print style on this one. The art is great. The Calm rune, the Mind rune look really nice as well. These are fantastic. All right, so that is box number 1. Let's crack into box number 2 here. We are probably going to get through 3 boxes in this first video. 3 and 3. Just makes sense. While I open this up, I will give everyone some updates. So I have not been able to produce as much content here lately as I would certainly have liked to. I have been extremely busy, not only with work, but our farm. We are getting ready to replace the barn down there, building a new pole barn. And that is taking quite a bit of my time, pretty much every single weekend, and will be probably for the next month. Another Jace, Hammer in Hand, Hex Tech Formula. Ooh, showcase right off the rip. It is Nasus Ascended. So, or no, I'm sorry, this is an alternate art, not overnumbered. I apologize. Nasus's alternate art. Not a bad looking card. Nasus is certainly not one that I am looking to play in Constructed. I think his casting cost and the concept of casting higher cost cards being how he functions is just not typically how I would play Constructed personally. We've got a foil Noxian Emissary, an Eclipse Dragon, and another Auroch General. And to be honest, even when I played him in the pre-rip, I played very few cards that actually worked to his ability. You know, you have to cast something over 8 or over 7. I forget what the number is. You have to cast a very high casting cost unit or spell in order for him to use his ability, which is just, it's difficult to do in limited. Well, within reason. Kinku Lifeblade, Forgotten Relic, and Nasus himself, Curator of Sands. So while I'm here, yeah, so it's 7 or more. Then you can exhaust him to ready 2 runes. And so even the upside of playing something extremely expensive just wasn't, you know, very powerful mechanic either. So it worked out fine. Like I said, I was able to use his mechanic a couple times. There were a couple times that made it worth it. Got another foil Ravenbloom Prefect, which I think that one's going to be worth money if I had to guess. A lot of people are talking about how they're using that to banish gears, dealing with Dazzling Aurora and things like that. Crumbling Sands, and a Fallen Feline. But yeah, Nasus is not really in my wheelhouse to play. I'm excited for Kennen. I'm thinking if I can get all the pieces together first for Kennen. Ooh, I think we got something special back here. If I can get all the pieces for Kennen put together, I will probably also try to build a Zed deck. So, foil Questionable Tome, a Decree of Strength, and a Corrupted Dragon. All right, so not as great as I was thinking I saw another one of those double overnumbered printing cards where you the battle scenes basically. We've got a foil Soul Spinner, Plaza Guardian, and another Akali Rogue Assassin. To be honest, with how limited time I've actually had to devote to this right now, I have not looked too much into pricing. Foil Up from the Deep, a Rage Amplifier, and Mel Defiant Soul again. So yeah, I've not had a lot of time to look at pricing. I know, what some of the rarer cards are. I'm not really sure what's chasing the most value. It does look like Akali, the signature especially, took a significant jump up right from the beginning. Riven, Shattered, Glowstone, and okay. All right, that is not bad at all. So this is one of the special printings I was just talking about. With the special printings, of course, there are 5 characters, all with the same theme. Wild Rift Splash Team, I think is what it's referred to as. They are basically numbered SP 1 through 5, and they're kind of the special printing, kind of like Baron Nashor was for Unleashed. But there are 5 different ones that you can get in this set. So I don't know that they're going to be as rare, is the biggest thing. I don't think they'll fetch nearly as much value as Baron Nashor did. I think that goes without saying. I think they were printed much more commonly. So, special printing, take that with a grain of salt. But still, Kaisa is a fantastic one to get. I would really like the Ahri. As you probably all know at this point, I am a big fan of everything Ahri. Been trying to collect all of the Ahri cards that I can. Pretty much have all of them, of course, but now with this latest set, that's the only one I don't have at the moment. Foil Handhammer, Hextech Disc, and another Karox. I think that would be the second Epic Karox that we've opened now. Interesting. Yeah, the Epics seem to be coming much more frequently than they have in the past. No. Temporal Breach, Mel Soul's Reflection Legend, and a Showcase Renekton. So this is just his alternate art, black border alternate art. Not the greatest, but still good showcase. And we're not even halfway through this box, so it's looking good so far. Looking good. All right, we've got a Grumpy Rock Bear. This one did fantastic for Sealed. Sealed. Rage Amplifier. And another Epic Shady Spectacles. So there's been a lot of speculation on that card. I don't personally think it's as fantastic as everyone seems to be thinking it is. But we will see what can be done with it if someone manages to break it. Ruthless Strike in foil. Decree of Discord. And another epic. So this is Renekton's signature spell, Dominus. Cool looking art. I like it. All right, halfway through the box, on to pack number 13. So far, this has been a pretty spicy case, if I do say so. Another foil Shadow Temple. Wild Claw. And another Jace Defender of Tomorrow Legend. I don't think they are putting that little break line on the back of the packs as much as they did in the last sets. Otterpuss, Nasus, Guardian of Knowledge, and a Morgana Vindictive. The back of the packs used to be so much easier to open right there. That perforation's just not as good as it was. Resonating Strike in foil. Leoi, still can't pronounce her name. And Glowstone. Okay. I am once again surprised we have not seen another showcase rune. I am very curious to see if they are still making it so as you guarantee the standard 6 in every case. We've got a foil Clairvoyance, a Decree of Focus, and another Renekton Legend. Foil Reluctant Leader, another Gangplank, and another Decree of Insight. Closing in on it here, about 3/4 of the way through this box. Decree of Rage, Kennen, Heart of Tempest, and another epic, Helm of Suppression. Doing pretty well with epic openings as far as these first two boxes are concerned. Punching Poro, Decree of Discord, and another Kale. Seems we have gotten a lot more than the average number of Decree of Discords for some reason. Noxian Demolitionist, Akali Silent, and Mel Soul's Reflection Legend. Mbessa the Wolf, Decree of Unity, and Jace Brilliant Inventor in Epic again. I think that is the second one. Is that the second one we've opened? Or am I making that up? I may be just making that up. I think we got his signature spell. Yeah, we got his signature spell. That's what that was. All right, down to our last 3 packs here. Plateworm Egg in foil, Swain Visionary, and Ambessa's Legend again. Bakai Reaper, Renekton Rage Fueled, and Amina Swiftfoot. All right, last pack magic. Need to see something showcase. I was going to say something epic, but we don't want an epic. We want a showcase. Serene Ascetic, Shen, Scourge of Shadows, and Zed. Is that the first? I think it's the first Zed we've gotten. Wow. And a box with no showcase runes. Interesting. All right, I'll shove some of these commons to the side before they stack up too high here. All right, so far we have opened up 5 showcases, 1 overnumbered and 1 special. So that's really not bad. Plus 1 showcase rune. I don't really like to count that as one of our, nice showcase openings. I still think you're guaranteed to get all 6 of your standard showcase runes in every single case. So I'm still not counting those into our calculation of showcases and whatnot. Maybe one day they'll randomize those, but I don't know. All right, on to box number 3. This will be the last box for this video, and then we'll cut it over to a part 2. And then in part 3, we will do a breakdown, a synopsis of what we found, and give you our final value per box. Foil Shadow Assassin, Swain Visionary, and a Decree of Unity. Oh, okay, right off the rip, got our Showcase Chaos rune. Like I said, I like the art styling on these ones. Looks very cool. Okay, foil Stargazer, Rage Amplifier, and another Acceleration Gate. Jace's signature spell in Epic. I'll have to go back and look. There must be more epics in this set than there usually is, because I'm not used to opening this many. Forgotten Relic, Steel Paws, and another epic Lightning Rush. Okay, so we've got 2. We just need one more. One more, and we've got our playset already complete. A foil Hungry Wolf, Hex Tech Disc, and a Nasus Guardian of Knowledge. Foil Cloud Drake, another Elder Dragon, and another Jace Legend. Zed Without a Sound, Fallen Feline, and another epic Endless Riches. Okay. Forget what card in Magic people were comparing that to, but I just don't see it working in Riftbound. In Magic, there are a few more mechanics that already exist to make that kind of thing work, but I don't think that's it here in Riftbound yet. Horns of the Dragon in foil, Decree of Focus, and another Kennen Legend. Blade Twirler, a Decree of Strength, and another Auroch General. Guttural War, Temporal Breach, and another Ambessa's Legend. We're getting plenty of legends again. Yeah, I'm curious if the legend counts have chilled down at all or not. I'm going to guess not. Esteemed Hierophant in foil, Twilight Reveler, Shen Legend. Oh, there we go. Calm Rune. Showcase Calm Rune. So like I said, I like this art styling. It is very unique. We've opened up 2 showcases in this one box, or 2 showcase runes already in this one box. Shadow Order Disciple in foil, Zed Without a Sound, and Kennen, Keeper of Balance. So we'll need those. I think that's the first one I've actually seen of that, and that's just rare. Gust Monk, Steel Paws, and another Akali Legend. Alright, so that was our halfway point on to pack 13. We have not seen any showcases except for the showcase runes. Don't like when I get boxes like that. Foil Sanction, Twilight Reveler, Glowstone. Yeah, not a fan of showcase runes replacing, actual regular slot showcases. Don't like to see that. Foil Spiderling. Curious if that's going to go for money. Another LOI. And there we go. Showcase Ambessa the Wolf. So this is the alternate art, non-overnumbered. Yeah, the black border showcases, not a huge fan of those, and obviously the market isn't either because they just don't usually keep much value. Shen, Scourge of Shadows, Ambessa the Wolf, again, and our epic Renekton Brute. Piles are starting to get a little messy here. Foil Sky Cruiser, Hextech Formula, Nasus Legend. Iterative Design foil, Renekton Rage Fueled, and yet another Legend. Oof. The Legend curse, I think, still exists. I think every case, they targeted providing 6 of those in every case, and I think that still exists today. Foil Dragon Form, Decree of Discord, and another Riven Shattered. Forsaken Bakai, I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. Jace, Hammer in Hand, and an Ocean Drake Epic. Brutal Hunter, foil, Plaza Guardian, and another epic, Shen, Leader of the Kinku Order. It's nice art. Don't think there's much value there, but nice art. Good for the collection. Morgana Vindictive, another one. Oh, I see a showcase. Kale, and our showcase Jace. So this is also, once again, just an alternate, not an overnumbered. So we haven't had any overnumbered in this box. That's kind of wild. Nice showcase nonetheless, though. Huh. There might be 3 printings of Brilliant Inventor in this set, then. I didn't realize that. Is there a normal rare Brilliant Inventor? There's got to be. Foil Mournful Witness, Mel, Defiant Soul, and another epic, Deathmark. So I did manage to open one of those for my Zed deck, which was fantastic. Yeah, that deck, man, nobody really stood a chance. It was kind of stacked. Foil Onslaught, Akali, and another Renekton Legend. So we did open 2 regular showcases in this box, so chances are slim, but we can hope for some last pack magic. Here we go. All right, we've got a foil Threshold of the Gray, Gangplank again, and another Akali Legend. All right, so that's going to be it for the first half of this case. Definitely not bad. The highlights of this one are definitely going to be our Riven overnumbered card, the scene card that looks sharp. And then, of course, our Kaisa Survivor. Of course, this one is playable in Chaos Fury all day long. Can't complain about that one. So not a bad first half. We'll continue on here in the second half in just a moment.